guys, welcome to week 7. And before we talk about week 7, let's look back at your week 6 folder. You should always go back a week or two and double check all the due dates for your homework, your project work, to make sure you're not missing anything. Okay, and I just wanted to point out once more that your project 3 description is in the bottom of week 6 folder. This will be a couple more pages for your movie website, so make sure you double check that. You can read through the details here if you want, or you could just follow along with all these video tutorials here. They'll walk you through every step of this project. If you follow those tutorials and follow along, you'll get a good grade. As long as you follow along correctly, make some good choices there. Okay, once again, that's in the bottom of week 6 from last week. Also, check your previous folders for any other due dates that you may have missed. I'm going back to the coursework folder here. And we're going to look at week 7. This week we're going to jump right into chapters 10 and 11 in your textbook. We'll look at some case studies. We'll continue to work on your project 3. And you'll also post the discussion board 4. Make sure you double check your homework here. Chapter 10, fine-tuning your workflow. There's your video there. Supplemental video. You still have to follow the step-by-steps in the lessons from the textbook. And you submit your work right here. Chapter 11, adding video, audio, and interactivity. Once again, there's your supplementary video. And you would upload that completed work here as a zip file. Also this week we have an interesting design technology connection, the art of creative coding. Although we use computer code for structured traditional functional websites and design, there are the adventurous among us that use the same code for creative, innovative purposes. You can watch these videos below to learn about how some people use computer coding in unexpected and creative ways. So just some videos that might inspire you, give you something to think about. Then I also include some vintage style websites. So some websites that look like old menus or older art isms from the past, surrealism, pop art, and things like that might give you some inspiration for the look of your own websites. Okay, there's also links that you can visit for some inspiration. And this completes the work for this week. That completes that folder. So once again, week 7, chapter 10 and 11, discussion board 4, and you should continue working on your project 3 and double check those due dates. Keep in mind that your textbook work is about 15% of your grade, while your larger projects altogether add up to about 70% of your grade. Now let's look at the discussion board for this week. In the discussion board folder here, and we're looking at discussion board 4. Once again, double check any previous discussion boards to make sure you're not missing anything. Discussion board 4 concerns your visual culture. Whether you are aware of it or not, we all experience and contribute in some way to visual culture. Visual culture is the style or look of things. As web designers, a visual element of our web page will not only communicate information, attract users, or sell a product or service, but can also affect others and affect how the look and the style of visual culture changes online. So I want you to watch the short documentaries down here to see how some people are affecting visual culture online. And then read this article from Smashing Magazine, which talks about using your own creative voice for web design, using your own style for web design. Part 2, I want you to think about the websites you visit in your day-to-day. Think about how they look and how they represent you as an online identity. Do you visit conservative websites, liberal websites, rock and roll websites, online video games, social media, movie websites, news websites? Sort of look at them and think about how they represent you as a participant or as a creator. And then answer some of these questions. Don't answer any questions you don't feel comfortable answering, and don't tell me if you do anything illegal online. All right, so this discussion board, just thinking about visual culture, how we affect it, and how it sort of represents us. All right, so that concludes our week 7 introduction. And thank you.